good aliens, fellow citizens. I am Shannen, the Anime Misfit, and welcome to another episode of the Community Corner Podcast, the 20-somethingth episode, because I'll always lose count. In the month of May. It's almost the summer, god damn it. With me as always, the man who prefers waffles over pancakes just does not know it yet, it's Lamp.
Oh, I'll eat waffles and pancakes any day. I like waffles more, though, I gotta be honest.
See, I know my lamps. And with us today is a man by no other name, because it's part of his name. It's No Name Weeb.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Thank you for inviting me today.
The pleasure is all mine. Tell us about yourself and where you came from.
Well, I am technically an Anituber. I try to upload videos about certain topics of anime that you really never think about, but somehow make sense. I also do J-Rock videos. I talk about Japanese music, J-Rock. And I've been doing YouTube for 2 months and a little bit more for now. So yeah.
All right. So, as it goes with today's episode, it's kind of like a foundation episode of like, okay, so let me go back and explain this. So, in other episodes, we've like kind of touched on the fact of the small Anitube scene in regards to other topics like Lamp, help me out here. What were the past topics?
So I remember I was talking about I think it was You Freaking Nerd at the time. We were talking about like just he was talking about like Mother's Basement and how like Anitubers kind of work in that certain sphere. We talked about the idea sharing part in some sense, but never like being one.
We've also talked about depending on the size for like explaining unpopular and older anime.
Yeah.
We've talked about the semantic of depression in the depression episode, which, yeah, I kind of saw it getting not as good ratings, but hey, sadness comes with everything on the other side of happiness. Anyway, we're talking about small Anitube and what it's like being a small Anitube in 2021. Now, obviously, me and No Name Weeb are from channels that are from almost not from 2021, are also just small Anitubers in the grand scheme of things. But as someone who's getting close to 1,000, I feel like we're starting to hit that second bubble. When I mean second bubble, I mean like of exposure. It seems like YouTube has, since 2017, because I feel like me and Weeb are in the same place where our channels were technically created a while ago, but we didn't start posting till later. Was that the same thing, Weeb?
Yeah. I mean, I used to post like videos about gaming and stuff in this channel back in like 2016 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But not like any serious like videos
Mm-hmm.
until like 2021, until February.
All right, let's just ask a simple question. What made you want to become an Anituber?
Well, I've always loved anime. I've been watching like anime for 7 years now, I would say, for a while. And I don't know, I just always felt this like unexplainable need to explain certain stuff about the stuff I like that didn't make sense. I hope it did. I just like explaining certain stuff that goes through my mind that isn't really that obvious, and I like to always annoy my friends with that, and like talk about that with my friends. And one day, one of my friends told me like, "You make videos about gaming and stuff. Why not make more serious content about like movies or anime?" And I was like, "Yeah. That sounds fun." So I started doing that, and it was actually, I started making anime videos before on another channel, which the videos are still up because I don't have the password for that to delete those videos, but they're still there. And I used to do like very bad reviews. Like I was talking about like I just summarized like the plot and I didn't add anything to the review. But that was my start. And then after that, I was like, yeah, reviews are not really my thing. Because not only I don't really watch reviews, I do watch reviews for certain shows, for my favorite shows. Because I don't know, I just like people liking the stuff I also like. I don't know, it's a little bit of reassurance, if you want to put it that way. So the only reviews I watch are that. And that's why I watch a lot of Mob Psycho reviews, because Mob Psycho is my favorite anime of all time. And I don't know, I just didn't want to make reviews. Oh yeah, and after like that channel, like a year ago, I also made a channel called The Historically Accurate Weeb, because I'm also like really into history Like that's also one of my passions. So I thought of mixing history and anime and reviewing history anime like Joker Game, Hetalia, all of that. Spoiler alert, didn't go very well because Joker Game, very mediocre anime, Hetalia is very bad, and the other history-related anime are just science fiction. So I didn't have much ground to work with, so I stopped.
He went there with the Hetalia fan.
Oh yeah, I did. I made a review on Hetalia on like how bad it is. I didn't upload it because some of my friends are in the Hetalia fandom, and they were like, "No, you don't want to mess with the Hetalia fans." So yeah, I never uploaded that.
I see like the Hetalia fandom as like one of like the intermediate fandoms behind shonen fandoms that are kind of loud, but like it's a phase. It's definitely one of those it's a phase type fandoms. Like once you get older, you kind of grow out of it.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
The Hetalia fandom was my first fandom.
Oh.
Interesting factoid on the Misfit channel. I was a deep Italian up for my state. And then, toxic friendships happened and all this stuff and trying to make friends and and it got mixed in the whole my first con thing, and that's also a phase for another thing about, we need to do a conventions episode, Lamp. Like, we need to do a conventions episode. This is not a time for conventions because of the Rona.
Right, of course, but I mean, I like to be. There's a lot of stuff you can talk about conventions, whether it be convention quote unquote etiquette or various things like that. Yeah,
The point is, I feel like a lot like the Italia fandom is like part of that whole thing of it's a phase and you wise up to it.
Yeah, I like to consider Hetalia somehow, like not in like the anime topic, but like in the fan base, sort of aspect, like a show like Black Butler, because it's like those kind of shows. It has like the same, demographic, really. It has the
God,
same
you picking
like
on a
around.
Pacific type of show, man.
I'm not picking on Black Butler. I'm just saying that it has like the same, not a vibe, but I would say it has like around the same demographics. I'm not picking on Black Butler. In fact, I haven't
you
seen
are.
much.
Sure you are.
I'm not. I haven't
Sure.
seen much of Black Butler, so I cannot judge the quality of the anime. But in terms of the fandom, that's the impression I have of it.
Wow, here's the thing. You are dating a lot of fandoms from like the 2000s. So so that proves that you've been in this game for a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like I would say like not like a lot of our senpais. I can't believe I said that. A lot of our senpais who are like into the 80s and 90s shit. I'm talking about like that girth of like 2000. When did Black Butler come out? Lamp, right? Check that out right now while I look that up.
Maybe.
But I know that I know that there are just certain anime they're in the bubble of a certain type of group for fandoms.
Oh, Black Butler came out in 2008, apparently.
Okay, I was right. We're looking at the 2000s. There we go. So yeah, like I will say the fandoms of then and the fandoms of now are completely different. This is not what this episode's about.
It's interesting to note, though.
Yes, off the tangent should be over. So, Weeb. So you made your channel 2 months. Well, no. You started uploading 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And you have 10 videos currently.
Yes.
How do you currently feel about your video flow, you making stuff, you just getting started? Not completely different from like interacting with other people, which we will get to, which is a really important part of this conversation. But just on you making videos, like how do you feel like views wise and all that type of shit? It's different for everybody, but
Well, I mean, I think I'm in an interesting position. I cannot speak English today. Okay. Because I don't know. I just feel like my channel kind of went not like from a big. It didn't like completely blow up, but it kind of like helped. I did the contest and all of that, which certainly did help. With not only the subscribers, but with like the video, like the views on my videos, and when also I got like a couple of shoutouts in the Anitube Digest videos, which also
Bless
really
shaves.
helped. Yes, yeah, bless shaves. In fact, I actually got my first shoutout there in my third video, which was my first quote-unquote serious video.
Which I'm guessing is an anime change Japanese music.
No, it's the
What defines anime aesthetics?
what defines anime aesthetics? Yeah, that's right.
As you can tell, I'm staring at your page right now.
Yeah, that video is weird because I actually made that video in 20 hours. I didn't sleep that day, like at all. I just wanted to just get it out. I made everything in one day, so you can kind of judge in the quality of that. But I like to think that since then I kind of like improved. I hope. But yeah, that was like my first kind of big video because my other videos were not good. Like my first video is not really that good. It was just like a parody video, but it didn't really feel like a parody video. It's
we all
weird.
got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and my second video was the why I hate animemes video, which was really interesting because I tried to put it in the r/anime subreddit because I promote my stuff there, but I had to take it down because there was a lot of comments like, "Oh no, why you don't like animemes? Are you a boomer? Like, oh my god, who is this guy?" and stuff. So like I was like, "Nah, I don't wanna."
That happened to me. Don't worry, that happened to me too. Self promotion on the Anitube server on the Anitube. Self promotion on r/anime is very notorious for being thorny. At least from my experience.
Oh no,
other people in the vibes have told me you either just post there and not give a damn, or you kind of sneak it with another account that people have been doing. But then again, those people like r/animes become real thorough. They will check.
Oh yeah.
I don't touch Reddit for that reason. I actually when I was a smaller Anituber, when I mean smaller, I mean like we're talking in the 300s. I was posting my videos there, and I got so harassed by r/anime that I made an apology post because I didn't understand the etiquette of Reddit time, and then they blasted me for saying the apology. I know I shouldn't have posted an apology. It's just, god dang it, it's like, I'm not saying all of r/anime is mean, but god dang, the Reddit hierarchy is very,
to be fair, it's
notorious.
You're dealing with two sides of a problem there. One, it's Reddit, and two, it's r/anime, which apparently in the past the mods have been sketchy at best or not too good at that. And the people there are just kind of a dick, so...
However, they will make an exception if the Anituber is big enough. I have seen a lot of exceptions.
Which is not a good thing, because that's bias.
It's totally not a good thing.
Speaking of, let's go to my next question. Weeb, how did you feel in your first 100 subscribers? Now, the reason I say this is that I always had the theory that YouTube has like 2 bubbles of exposure that make that ever since 2017 when they changed the rules on monetization, it seems like they're heavily suppressing how a channel grows big or the requirements. Because there's, as meant some of you don't know, because I happened to tell Evanito one day about some of the resources smaller Anitubers don't have before the partner program or even before 1000, which is more important. We don't have external links. We don't have the ability to do much of anything besides post in the description. Obviously it's of course the custom URL is after your first 100, which if you do keep up daily, I do think it can be a reasonable thing. But I've heard horror stories about how it's taken so long to get to just 100. And that's why I say there's like a bubble at 100 subscribers and then one at 1000 subscribers. Because after 1,000 subscribers, you get access to the community tab, which allows you to do a lot more things, which helps your algorithm more. It may not be external links or monetization. Honestly, the external links are more important than monetization at that point, because you're making pennies even if you get monetization. All right. So, how'd you feel before you hit 100 subscribers?
Well, I kind of like had a little bit of a head start when I started making videos, because in that account, I already had 20 subs. So I just gotta only make 80, which is still quite a lot.
It's a lot when you're small. Like we're at 900 something. We're at 978, and it's a very slow crawl, but it's getting there. So getting 80 more subscribers is nothing to sneeze at when you're small. That's like
Yeah, it's quite hard.
praying the piper.
Yeah.
So, did you feel any sort of like determination, discomfort, like all the vibes? Tell me all your vibes.
I mean, I was certainly determined to get to 100 subs. So I did everything I could to get to get subs. Not like spamming on like accounts or stuff. Like I used to like tell my friends like, oh my god, I dropped this video. Sub to my channel, watch the video till the end, like, and I will check if you did or not. So that's how I just went to my friends just to get like the first couple of views in my in the videos, so it can like start to pick up with the algorithm and stuff, which it never really did, but it doesn't matter. And
I mean, to your credit, when I look at your channel now, I mean, you're definitely doing better for us and better than us in like views, because all your channel's views are about equated to your subscribers, which is pretty good in my opinion. Us is like, we're lucky if we get 100 people. It really depends on the thing.
Really
also,
depends.
Lamp, I was right. People don't watch reviews. Weeb just confirmed my bias. There you go. Because I was telling him how, like, well, reviews aren't really that in vogue. And I was like, someone's going to explain that I only watch reviews that I watch the anime of. And who was right? That was me.
Well, in that case, I might have to rewrite a lot of like one or two of the bank videos so far. But anyway, that's a different story.
Anyway, so it's good that you felt determined and you kind of knew what to do.
Yeah.
What did we do when I got... Okay, Lamp was not here when I started, so like it was a slippery slope. Like for me, I've done a lot of different experiments on the channel. Some good, some bad lessons I learned, and that's kind of like what you kind of got to do. Over the hump though, once you got to 100, like did you get a kind of a flow? Do you have like a goal? Like what was your current goal? Then, and what's your current goal now?
I mean, my current goal, like right now, is to... I think my current goal is to just get a video to 1,000 views. Not like in subscribers. I just want a video to get to 1,000 views. Because, I don't know, I just feel like 1,000 people watching your video. It's kind of, like, amazing, right?
Yeah.
And getting to 1,000 subs is, like, pretty hard for, you know, small Anitubers. So I'm just kind of like, no, I want, like, a smaller, you know, like, goal. And that's, like, getting 1,000 views on the video. That's all.
Yeah, that's an important thing to have, like a small goal that's more realistic.
Yeah, it is, because I could definitely say like, oh, I want 100,000 subs, but that's not gonna happen in a while, or probably never really. I don't know. I just feel like 1,000 views, when you get a first video to 1,000 views, that's where you get like when your channel starts to pick up a little bit. I would say, I don't know, because I'm not there yet, but that's how it seems to me. And I don't know, that's like my current goal. But also another one of my goals is to get 100 likes, because that means that 100 people are interacting with the videos, which is good. And that means it's not like just people like clicking on it and then like 30 seconds later, closing the video. It means that those people are more engaged. So that's good. If there's 100 people engaged with your content, that's very good. So those are my current two goals. And that's what I've been trying to work towards. You know, I still like promote my videos on, you know, to my friends. I still promote my videos on Reddit, even though I really shouldn't, because it gets like
everybody
a lot
promotes
of
their
negative.
videos on Reddit. It's like the unspoken rule. You just got to figure out how to get away with it until you're big enough where people post stuff on their own.
Yeah, my problem with Reddit is the negative backlash, because I've gotten like a couple of dislikes on my videos, which doesn't seem a lot. 2 dislikes isn't a lot compared to having like, I don't know, 30 likes on the video. But it really says something, like, why would those 2 people dislike your video? What's the reason behind that? That's really like my problem with dislikes. Like, not the dislikes itself, but why would like those people dislike my video? There must be a specific reason why. And every time I get like a video with dislikes, or with, I don't know, 2 or 1 dislike, I just wonder that, and it's kind of like, it kind of sucks, because you're like, oh, I made all of this work so just this one person can ruin my day giving a dislike, right? It's dumb, but it really ruins your mood when you see a dislike on your video.
In a strange way, I actually see it kind of the opposite. And hear me out, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but so for me, dislikes are just as important as likes, only because the people who take time to either bother watching enough to leave a dislike, at least they watch far enough to state an opinion, even if it's just, well, that sucks. But it's like, well, at least you watched and bother clicking on it, so that's something at least.
That's true. I mean, I never thought about it that way. It's
I mean,
definitely true.
and ultimately, a dislike, it won't like destroy your video algorithmically unless you have like a flood of dislikes more than likes. But if it's like 2 or 3 dislikes and like 10 likes, you're still in the green, and at least that way you get both sides of the opinion. Like, well, make note that someone may not like. Of course, it won't tell you what it was. Of course, just dislike and leave. But it's at least interaction, and to a point where someone stopped by.
Yeah, that's true. Also, one thing, like with feedback when on my videos and stuff, I find it really weird because it's either, like the comment from like a couple of people who always comment on my videos. There's like 3 people who they're always there on my comments, which is pretty weird. I don't know why, but
I mean, that's good.
it's there.
I mean, that's great because you have regulars. I appreciate when I have regulars in my comment section. That means
Yeah.
because like with the new, I mean, I don't know if you pay attention to algorithms yet or the analytics page, but that new thing that they did with the purple and blue line showing new viewers versus returning
Yeah,
viewers
yeah.
is very important.
Yeah, it is. The thing is that in the video, like my big video, which is, I like to think about it as like my biggest video because it's the one I'm most proud of, and I would say it's my best video. It's the anime change Japanese music. There's a lot of comments there because apparently that type of content, like those type of video essays, it's not really. I mean, it is a video essay, isn't it?
Yeah, video essays are currently the thing in vogue, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. If it's not like the Gigook style of talking, like I noticed that, for example, our channel, if I'm correct, Lamp, our channel is trying to go for like a personality-based type of content. Like we'll talk about an anime, but I learned with like some of my most popular videos that people come for my personality or my commentary on like an anime. So as long as I don't make it like a review about this is what happens first, then this happens, then your mother. But so it's all about kind of finding that kind of niche. But yeah, I do see the difference in like your video here of did anime change Japanese music in terms of like the types of videos people want. Anitube video essays seem to be the in vogue, but the type of video essays are different for me. For example, like there's a lot of people who like the analytical stuff with the Cambina effect, or what's his face? It's not Super Eye Patch Wolf. I'm thinking about the other guy who has a blue background and who did the interspecies reviewers video about.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't the Cambina effect? That was a different guy. I'm sorry, guy, that I don't remember, but your video was very impactful to me. Basically, educational stuff like that, and then versus very personalized opinion pieces, which is where my camp is.
Yeah. I would say there's 3 types of videos on Anitube. There's the fun content, which is, like what a lot of like the big Anitubers are doing. For example, CDogVA, the Anime Man. Like the type of content you're doing is like more fun. It's not like type of analytical. It's not about the anime.
Vlog style because
more vlog style, more like anime related, not about anime, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really what's also like working very well for a lot of people. And then there's also like the more analytical type of content, which is, like most channels, to be honest, in YouTube, especially the smaller ones, I would say.
I personally think it depends on where you look. If you're talking about small Anitube, which I consider anything under 100K is small Anitube. Then again, smaller Anitube, which is under 1,000. I say video essays are the norm for smaller Anitube. Surprisingly, not a lot of top 10 people. And then there's like the other sections, like the armchair reviewers, people who don't really who focus more on the quantity on their channel, who can like post daily or 3 times daily, kind of talking about an episode or something that they watched. And that's a pretty and I can see why that formula works because it's a new thing. Like, they go all in on the new viewers of the new latest trends in the new latest anime. So they kind of have to sacrifice the video essay format to kind of get the word out of their opinion first and fast.
Yeah. And
Like-
also, I'd say there's a third type of content on YouTube, which is the content. I don't know if it's most people, but like, I would say it's like, I kind of consider it to be like the hidden but not hidden part of Anitube, which is like the people who do like the funny compilation, funny Konosuba compilation part number 14.
You
You know that type of
rippers?
content?
You mean rippers?
No. I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's this channel. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this. There is this channel, which is literally called Anitube,
Wait,
and
I think I know what you're
do
talking
you know
about.
do you know that channel? That person, that dude, is literally all he does is like top 10 Naruto fights, or like top 10 Goku transformations. You know, it's like the most like basic.
So
type of
basically, the Watch
anime stuff.
Mojo of Anitube.
Yes, and that's like, if you really search for it, you will see a lot of those videos, and with a lot of views, like with millions of views.
I mean,
For
top
some
tens are
reason.
a tried and true formula of YouTube in general. I don't.
I mean, so is Watch Mojo.
So is Watch
Yeah.
Mojo, but yeah, the top 10 is a very very like big thing. Oh my God, JoJo did make the video about something in Anitube needs to change. I gotta watch that. Anyway, I think that, of course, like another big thing when it comes to Anitube, which I talked about 2 episodes ago with Hayden, is the whole big war between making videos for new anime versus making videos of legacy anime, or just anime that's not new. And I think depending on your audience, it depends. For smaller Anitube, the tried and true method has been an advice: don't ignore seasonal anime. Do you think that's true?
I would say you can just ignore seasonal anime. I mean, I personally don't watch any seasonal anime.
Mm-hmm.
I really like any seasonal anime. The last seasonal anime, besides Dinosaur Biori, which is like kind of like a meme thing. It's not a meme because I legit like it. But besides that, the last seasonal anime I've watched was Rent a Girlfriend last year.
Oh,
That's the last one I saw. I just don't really like to watch videos. Something, you know, like that can be like very intense as anime, because anime can get like really intense. Like, and 1 episode per week. That kind of like, I don't know. It works for some formats, but the majority of the time it doesn't. That's why I don't watch seasonal anime.
all right.
And I really think if you know how to get to that audience, and if you know how to present those kind of animes, you can just talk about, you know, older animes and just not focus on seasonal anime.
All right. Follow-up question. Have you ever thought about your topics in relation to your demographic, if you have gone that far? I know if you've gone that far in thinking it. For example, my channel's main demographic is the lamp, which is exactly adults with jobs. Adults with jobs. Most of the people in Lamp's Corner don't have time to watch seasonal anime, but that a lot of our viewers do come from seasonal anime. It's not like we can ignore it, but we do get a lot of advice from the Lamp demographic, which is now the official demographic for all you misfits out there. If I don't call you misfits, I'm calling y'all lamps. So the Lamp demographic is most of like 18 and up to 18 to like 40, and most of them just don't have time to watch the newest shit, and they tend to stay the longest. So we're trying to work on focusing a little more on content from anime that aren't like already completed, but like trying to mix it, some newer, some older, not too old, because we understand that there's like a giant demographic of people who just got on the farm. They may not be younger, but they just got into anime too, with all the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
So in our case, we don't ignore seasonal anime, but we are taking a little bit of a back seat from it, not worrying so much about, oh God, we have to watch every single thing, which we don't got time for that. What about you?
I just ignore my demographics, to be honest, completely, because I tried like looking at these analytics on YouTube. In fact, I have them here. It says that 64% of the people who watch my content are from 45 to 50 years old, which I don't really think that's the case.
Whoa!
But if it is, it's very strange.
Is that the whole channel or just the video?
No, the whole channel. And also, for some reason, like, I have 100% male audience, which I know isn't true, because I know at least some of my female friends watch my videos. So I don't know, like I just think my analytics are kind of broke. So that's why I just ignore them.
Wow, I've never heard that demographic. I never heard that something that specific on Anitube in terms of like analytics before.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Wow.
I really don't know why.
You have the Anime Bro channel.
The bro thing.
The
Oh
bro.
my, I don't understand that. Wow. No, this is not bad. Wow. I'm just like,
No, it's surprising. Yeah, it's surprising for me as well because I tried to figure out why that's the case. I just can't. Like legit, I tried to think of if it's my type of videos, if it's my narration. I don't know, anything that can be do. I just think my videos are not intentionally aimed for younger people, but it kind of is aimed for younger people, not for 45 to 50 years old.
what's your goal?
People,
What type of
which is
people are you
60%.
trying to attract? Let's kind of like get that out the way.
I would say I mean, I would say teenagers to young adults.
All right.
I would say that's like my type of demographic because I would say that's like the biggest demographic in the anime fans and stuff. Most anime fans will be in that demographic, but as well, it's also because I think my type of like the way I talk about stuff and I don't know, maybe the references I do in the video or the jokes I put in the video are more for a younger audience, and the younger audience may understand that more because I'm quite young. So I would say that those are my main reasons to focus on that. But really, I just don't really focus on that stuff. In fact, like the only demographic I really care about is where people come to my channel. If they search my name, if they come from a link, if I just appear on the recommended, that's the only analytic I really care about. But yeah, I would say yeah.
All right. Okay, so we talked a lot about the individual feels, so let's talk about social interactions.
Okay.
So you know where this is going, and I know
Oh,
where
yeah.
this is going. So, as a small Anituber, how do you initially feel when talking to other Anitubers regardless of size? We'll go real Pacific in a minute, but in general.
Scared. I don't know why. For example, when I did my contest, I reached out to a lot of people. I mean, the first person I reached out to was Muran TV, which actually responded to me, which I was really shocked about because I didn't think Muran would respond to me because I've been watching his videos for a while and stuff. And I reached out to a lot of people, and at that moment I felt like really scared. But when I saw that most people actually responded to me and interacted with me, I was like, yeah, maybe this isn't as big of a deal as I imagined it.
Yeah.
And when the contest started to develop and all the people started to upload their videos, I felt like a small anime YouTube channel can make people make these videos, which was really I don't know, really impressive for me at the time. To think that me, not even 100, I didn't even have 100 subs at the time, could get to that many Anitubers and make them make the videos I wanted them to make. That sounds weird. That sounds weird. It sounds like I'm controlling them. No, like
I
don't know how to
admire
explain it.
you for making a contest despite your size. Most people in general on YouTube wouldn't think they have the clout for that, but you just kind of did it just because you wanted to. That takes a
Yeah, I mean,
lot of bravery.
I really expected one or maximum two videos on my contest. Really, I was just expecting anything, really. And I was thinking of maybe if people don't even care about this, I would just delete the videos and I would move on. But no, a lot of people came into my channel, and until this day, it's still one of the videos it's getting the most views. It's the second video it's getting the most views, and it's my most viewed video, which I don't know, makes not a lot of sense, but I don't know.
That's cool.
That was a big thing for me, the contest. I'd really marked my channel kinda because that's
Yeah.
how I met a lot of I met you because of that. I met a lot of other Anitubers because of that, and I got my videos to a wider audience that I couldn't reach all by myself. Which
Yeah,
I
we
don't know,
dropped
was a cool
everything
thing.
to do that video, didn't we, Lamp?
Yeah, I think I think it worked out pretty well overall, though.
Yeah, like considering it was on a short notice, I think we did okay. Though I would have wished I just did the. I wish the full version was the final version and not the contest version, and we posted it later. I just wasn't very. I wasn't very satisfied with the contest version. We just kind of turned in what it's one of those homework things. We turned in what we got.
Hey, it got a passing grade at first, and then we got better with extra credit, so we're fine.
Yeah. So okay. So going past, you would say that the contest was like your major hump of social interaction.
I would say yes.
All right. So after that, like, how do you feel like in general talking to Anitubers, particularly Anitubers that are bigger in size? Like, I know people say in a lot of Anitube is pretty chill. I personally think it's pretty chill when you talk to other Anitubers and stuff. But there's
Yeah.
I do believe that there is some like concern and anxiety about the whole, especially when Trash Taste talked about talking to other Anitubers
Oh yes.
in that segment. I don't it's not like I don't understand what they were saying because I'm biased as a small Anituber. They are big Anitubers, and like they do have to watch their back when between someone wanting to be their friend versus someone just trying to, you know, just have business interactions, and that's it. I understand they gotta think for themselves in their time. At the same time, it doesn't really help the narrative. It doesn't really help the like narrative about how once an Anituber gets big enough, with the exception of a few, they kind of go into their own Galapagos Islands of people
Yeah.
of the same similar size.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I tried to collab with a couple of Anitubers, especially with 14 Spoons, which I interact a lot with them. I tried to you know collab with them, but because of you know time reasons and like work reasons, we couldn't make it work. Or for example, with my friend NoNameWeeb, I also you know I want to collab with them and stuff. I want to collab with a lot of people, really, but the thing is that those people are I don't want to say they have the same audience as me, but yeah. So like the point of that collab is not only making video with another person, is also you know exchanging audiences, kinda.
Yeah.
And if you are, I mean, I would kind of like that. I would say it's kind of like if you make a collab with someone that doesn't do exactly what you do, you kind of just like exchange audiences. Really, maybe.
I mean,
that's the
it
impression
would
I get.
help if the audience had a similar vibe to yours, but I think it can be worked out if you guys have the same passion for the same thing. I mean, technically the very first collab before its Community Corner podcast was a collab with Slap Shoes when he was still making Anitube videos as the norm. About, you know, a topic about, you know, what was the topic about? God damn it.
I don't actually remember that one.
No, it was a minute ago. It was about how I felt that, you know what? Why am I going to a blank? I have the interwebs. So
Also, I should probably forget before I forget to mention, aren't we all just one gigantic Anitube viewership anyway? Like exchanging audiences basically gives us chances to watch new ways of seeing anime coverage on YouTube.
You'd be surprised how many people believe in the mentality of not watching other Anitubers.
I know, but I mean, I always see it like we're technically part of, in a way, a giant group. I don't know why we should like go to one or the other. Like technically, it's all the same general field. It just depends on watch a couple, see how they kind of osmose into each other.
Oh, it's spoiler culture is dumb. There we go. It was the spoiler culture is dumb video. Was that the pre-lamp era? I think that was the pre-lamp.
Yes.
Yes, that was pre-lamp era. Oh. BL before in that era, that was technically our first collab. And as I've always said, Community Corner podcast was probably my biggest excuse to kind of force myself to talk to other Anitubers. After the first 10 people, I kind of got real used to just asking people at random to come onto the podcast. And I get a lot of surprising answers. A lot of yeses, a lot of no's. And for various reasons a lot of hey, I'm cool, but like last resort. But I understand like talking on a podcast is not ideal all the time, and just how you feel and stuff. So like it's just it's just how you, it's just like where you're going with your talkie points. Speaking of talkie points, so where do you see yourself in about a year from now in terms of everything, interacting with other Anitubers? I know you said that you're short term, but like let's focus on the socialness. Where do you want to see yourself in like a year?
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard question. I mean, ideally, in a year, I would say a year is enough time to grow. Like maybe, I mean, not double my size because that would be like 200 subs. I would say like grow to, I would say like 2,000, 3,000 if we're being optimistic about it. Really, I think a year is good for it, and if I keep doing stuff consistently, it is possible, right? But it's also like very luck dependent, like maybe a video blows up or not. So, I would say like if we're talking about like analytics, I would say like 2,000 subs. And if we're talking about like the social aspect of talking to Anitubers, I would like to do like a lot of other collabs. I have this video planned for a while since I started making my videos, which is the making a video, like a very cool video. It's like a bunch of interviews with a lot of Anitubers, and just put it together, and it's like a way to explain to someone who's not into anime why people like anime. That's an idea I've had like for a while, and I've been working on it. I would say like in about a year I want to make that happen, because I think that can be like a really cool thing, and it can also help me, as an excuse to talk to other Anitubers and stuff.
I do think the key to Anitube as a whole, growing newer people, older people, smaller and larger, is to kind of embrace collabing. I mean, we do that. We're definitely doing that with like bigger channels, we're talking just regardless of whoever. And there is a feel, for example, I do like Nuxtaku as a creator a lot, because despite being his size, he's just a dude. And that's what I like about him. He acts just like a dude, and he collabs with people that he likes. It genuinely feels like that. It may sound pretty obvious that, oh, YouTubers, collab with who they like. But there's a difference between genuinely collabing with someone regardless of size and regardless of feel, and just collabing because there's a point to it. I mean, it's more beneficial if everybody's like the same size in the same echo chamber. But I like the fact that he doesn't pretend that he doesn't pretend to like,
I mean, I like his attitude of like towards his own sponsors in a way. Like you can tell he kind of just does what he wants, and like he'll make like the whole like raid shout. Like I think he had like a raid sponsorship, but he even made fun of them afterwards or something like that. Just like it's like, yeah, no, you had a sponsorship, but then he just does what he wants to do, and it's really kind of hard to separate him as just a personality, as a person. It's less of a whole like anime brand, anime tour channel thing. It's more like it's just him. He's just the same goofy kind of whatever he's doing.
I mean, I think that in general, everybody's kind of like that. Like, we're super hyperactive, like, in a video. Yeah. I mean, I would say that all my videos are an extension of myself. It's just I can't keep up that energy 24/7. I mean, I could if I really tried, but that gets real tiring and stuff like that. Like, right now, like how I'm talking right now, I always get told this by wherever I go, because I think, what's his face? When we did the November thing. Pause and select, there we go.
Yeah.
When I was talking pause and select in that interview, who's like, dang, the biggest thing I get from my videos is that I get very energetic. I have a lot of energy. Like, a lot of people in the live stream were like, oh my god, she woke me up. Like, because all the other Anitubers were like really like chill, but I wasn't. I was kind of like intense. Oh. So I can do that on a dime. It's just not every time, and that's all right. But enough fangirling about Nuxtaku-me. Let's see here. Okay, we've talked about social aspect. We've talked about the numbers aspect. I want to say, okay, do you have any like major concerns about being an Anituber like 2021?
Yes, a big one.
What is it?
Getting stuck in Anitube. because currently I'm in a stage where I'm not only an Anituber because I also talk about J-Rock on my channel. And my fear of getting an Anitube is that a lot of Anitubers, what happens to them, even the big ones, if you start making anime stuff, you cannot get out of making anime stuff. It's very hard. And that's like my biggest concern, right? Because I don't want to only make anime content. I want to make other content as well. For example, like my J-Rock content, which is currently what I'm focusing on. And I'm making...
I mean, that's anime adjacent,
videos.
so...
It is anime. I mean, it depends on the topic I'm talking about. Because sometimes in the videos about J-Rock, I just talk about... For example, my next video is me talking about my favorite album from Indigo Land. It's a J-Rock band. It has nothing to do with anime, because they haven't done an anime opening ever. They haven't worked with any anime. The album does not feature an anime, so it's not anime related. But why I'm making J-Rock videos alongside anime videos, it's because it's like the same, weeb type of, interest. Like, people are gonna have those general interests. Like, yeah, really, kind of. And that's the reason I'm making, like, both type of videos at the same time. But I don't want to, like, just get stuck in either. I don't want to just only be a J-Rock YouTuber or a Anituber. I want to be both.
I think that it's a very general and very concerning thing to have. I mean, on YouTube in general, like, people say there's not really there's not a pressure for a niche, but there are niches that people have and cater to. And anime content is not the most, despite the mainstreamness of anime now. It's surprisingly hard to make an audience completely around just anime. This is why I've noticed why a lot of the bigger Anitubers have something adjacent that they talk about. For example, the people at Trash Taste, they're really not anime YouTubers just anymore. They're more like travel vloggers.
Yeah.
Since they all live in Japan. So they can do the travel vlog thing, which is a lot more broad, and then so anime in between. Same thing with Nux. He talks about anime a lot, but it's mostly now about memes. Him and Noble have the whole thing of they're focusing more on the memes and the anime fandom and culture around it than the actual anime itself. So, which I find the most interesting. Our channel, the Anime Misfit, we're gonna attempt to, branch out early by talking about Westame, because I like cartoons, but we're gonna do a step. We're gonna start with Westame. And I think we're gonna keep to what, anime cartoons that are inspired heavily by anime or anime.
Yeah, like Avatar. Yeah, Teen Titans, yeah.
Yeah, and Wakfu, which is the video which should be out tomorrow at the time of this recording, which is the 3rd. Tomorrow on the 3rd, May 3rd. I think Jack told me basically it's too early. It's way too early to worry about that. It's just getting the audience, which I agree with. Even with our numbers, the important thing is that we need an audience. Once you get that audience, then you can figure out what your thing is supposed to cater to.
Yeah, a thing is that I would say that every YouTuber, independent if you're searching for one or not, every YouTuber has a niche in a way. Everyone has a niche, because each personality is different from the others. So if you are just putting your personality on your videos, that's gonna be your niche, right? Your niche is your personality in most cases, except if you do like really specific content about like a really specific thing, then that would be your niche. But most of the time, the niche of the people is their personality. A thing I'm trying to do in my channel is get the niche of talking about stuff
nobody
cares about, but putting it in a way that's interesting for everyone. Like, for example, my last video, which is the dinosaur Bury video, really not a lot of people have even heard about it or know about it. I knew about it because I was searching, like the funny seasonal anime on my anime list, and I found it, and I was in love because I just love the art style. I love the concept of dinosaurs living in the modern era, but not a lot of people know about it, and not a lot of people care about it.
I
So I
chalk
made
that
a
up to
video
the whole
talking about it.
oversaturation of anime, which is a topic in itself, and how the anime fan consumes it all. This is why I also think that while people want to talk about seasonal anime, it's like a catch-22. Most people probably have not watched the seasonal anime you talked about unless it's super popular, like Jujutsu Kaisen or Slime Isekai or Nagatoro or To Your Eternity. I heard is getting a lot of talks about. I mean, according to our anime, the most watched anime on our anime is 86.
Oh, 86, yeah.
So there's that. But continue forward. My bad.
Yeah. So yeah, Dinosaur Fury we can say it's a niche anime because pretty much only FanWorks fans will watch that anime, if that. FanWorks is the animation studio that worked with Agretsuko and other animes like that. And I made a video presenting it in an interesting way so more people know about it. And that's what I'm trying to get with other videos. I before mentioned my next video, which is talking about my favorite album from Indigo Land. It's not that I like that album because it has good songs, which it does. It does have really good songs. But it's just very specific stuff and very weird stuff of why I like that album so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel the need to explain that you don't in terms of the music scene, you don't have to like an album for its songs. You can like something for whatever it is and for the dumbest reasons ever, and that's something that happens to me a lot. Like the reason why I like a show, for example, Death Parade, is because I've never seen such a good anime focused on we could say it's a bard theme. That's why I love Death Parade so much. Not really about like the plot, which is really good, or the characters which are really good as well. But that specific reason is the thing why I like it, and it's weird. You don't really think about it, but I do, and I think about that kind of stuff all the time. So that's like the niche I'm trying to get to. That's like the point of my the style of videos I want to make.
All right.
I know. I thought it was like really.
I mean, I thought it was pretty well said.
It's something original, which I think it's the most important thing for a YouTuber overall. Be original. Try to do like original stuff. Even if you have like the best quality ever, you make the best videos. You have the best voice, the best editing style. If you're not original, it's not gonna work that well. And that's sadly the truth.
Yeah, I think just to reiterate our goals, my current goal of the channel is like 4 things. 1 is to get a consistency of videos being made. 2 is to get to 1,000 so we can get to the community tab, really, which is going to help us with reach more. 3 is to up the Discord server so that we have a better community. In general, the 3rd and 4th one are the same, which is build a foundational community. Because there are plenty of people who have good livings with just 10,000 subscribers because their community is so tight.
Yeah.
They can make it a paying job because they kind of keep in touch with everything. So I want to focus. I want to do a nice, perfect balance between catering to new people that come onto the channel, which means talking about newer stuff, but also like catering to like the demographic that we have. And I know some people are like don't care about the demographic, and that's cool. I just want to like kind of focus on what type of audience do I want to welcome. And how do I foster a community that's all of my own, with my own thing, and with Lamp on my side, I feel like we can do that. Which brings me to my final question, which I think is one of the most important questions: are you happy in Anitube?
Yes. Yeah, I would say I'm happy with the videos I make and with the content I make. I don't know if like I'm happy with being in Anitube. I think that's just the thing I kind of chose. If I'm making anime videos, I mean, of course I'm gonna be in Anitube. Obviously. I'm more happy with the videos I'm making and the fact that I'm making the videos I really want to make, even though they are sometimes, very weird and they don't make a lot of sense. But for me, they do. and seeing them do quite well. I mean, they're not exploding, but they at least have, a good amount of views. Is really motivating for me, really, and that's what I'm happy about. The rest is, a bonus, because I like the Anitube community to a certain extent. Like, I like a lot of Anitubers. I'm a fan of a lot of Anitubers. I think the community between Anitubers is really cool. But there's some places in Anitube I really don't want to get into, because the fans of said type of anime, sad anime specifically, or sad Anituber is not like the thing I want to attract. That's just like a minor thing. It's not something I really care about, really.
So you
So I
don't
would
want to
say
really
I'm happy.
attract the really like passionate fan bases.
No, because for the type of content I really want to make, if someone who's like really passionate about it, like an anime, and I just come here and I said like, oh yeah, I like this anime because the guy had cool glasses, or like some stupid reason, people are gonna be like, dude, what is this? And I don't want to attract like the very like borderline fanatic anime fans that some shows can get. That's something I really don't want to get into, because I like to think as my content as still being analytical to a certain extent, but more laid back than actually making like reviews or like in-depth video essays. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it's all right. It's cool, yo. It's cool. I'm just glad that you are fairly happy where you currently are, and I hope that wherever your content takes you, yeah, you'll be happy just making videos in general, because I understand, like, I obviously, because I'm a YouTuber, but I also understand, like, it gets being happy in the place you currently are and wondering what you should be doing now, what you shouldn't be doing is a constant thing. But as I've been told with a lot of advice and talking to people, that I shouldn't be worrying about that stuff now. I should be worried about focusing on, just making a foundational audience. But we're out of time, and I would like some more water, which I have, but I don't want to drink it on the stream. This is not a stream. I want it on the podcast because I don't want people to judge my poor gargling skills. So where can people find you most, and how can they, and what video should they recommend most on your channel?
I mean, you can find my YouTube channel. Just search No Name Weeb on YouTube. Don't let YouTube correct it to No Name Weed. That's not where it is, but for some reason it does. It's No Name Weeb. You can find it there. And I think the video I really recommend to people is the Did Anime Change Japanese Music? It's a really cool video about a really cool topic, which might really interest you if you're into that kind of stuff. So check it out. You can also find me on my only active YouTube social media, which is Twitter. I'm very active there. I talk to a lot of people. If you wanna, I don't know, talk to me, or tweet to me. I don't know what people do on Twitter. And you can find me there. I'm pretty active, and yeah, that's really it. I'm not in a lot of social medias.
And as always, you can find us, you can find me on Twitter at @AMShannon, in our Discord server, which is in the description below. Not on Facebook or Patreon. We'll get to those updates in a bit. We're currently transitioning a lot of stuff, but definitely Twitter and Discord, which is our two socials.
Oh, me? Sorry. And my channel is literally a view and a like. You can look it up on the YouTubes. I have a Twitter. It's mostly not used, but I do have a Twitter. I think I'll have to put that in the description just because it's kind of hard to spell.
All right, and of course, subscribe to the Anime Misfit today if you're new, where we don't have a Taco Tuesday, but we do have a burrito bun day. That's not where I wanted to go with that. I was trying to say Monday. Damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna head out now. Is there anything else I gotta say, Lamp?
No,
Nope.
no, I think we're good.
Final words, No Name Weeb.
Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.